Hey everybody, it's Eternal Magus, and I'm coming back with you with a new game. It's Creeper World 3. If you're like me and you're a big fan of like tower defense games, a developer called Knucklecracker makes this, and it's fantastic. I found it on Steam. I know you can go to Congregate and a couple other places and actually play it for free if you want, and they've got a new game coming out that I'm really looking forward to play. But why don't we just jump into a map here and we'll see how it's really done. So what I'm going to do is you start in a star system, and you have to actually we'll skip all of this stuff real quick here. So generally you start in a star system, you have to find keys to unlock different warp gates to warp to different systems to open up a big expanding map, and you're fighting this blue stuff here called the creep, and we'll get some of the tutorial stuff coming up, and I'm sorry about that, but basically you want to plant yourself base. Yeah, this is probably down here is good. And then the base comes down, and then you have things called solar collectors. You go to structure, we get the solar collectors going on here, and basically these are just solar power. When they light up the green area, they're picking up solar, and the tutorial wants us to place 10 here. They're also a good way to stay connected to your base. You see how the power is coming out of your base like that, and you got to be connected to a power system for weapons to work and everything else here. So let's get all of these built. There we go. And we want a cannon, and cannons are pretty straightforward. There's your area of effect right there. We can place a couple of them down here. This map's a pretty straightforward map, but just to get the gist of how this plays. Ammunition and power comes from here, and so you want to keep this powered up, and the power is really not so good. You can tell it's pumping out as much as it can to try to build these things. And what I probably want to do, because that creep, there are levels. If you look down here, it shows the level of the terrain. So I'm up high here at level 7, but down here the creep's at like level 2. And once it builds up, it starts to overflow and overcome these levels. So it's also like a terrain game as well. And kind of what I want to do is get a couple collectors down this way, only because, especially in the beginning level here. Oop, my bad. In the beginning level here, it's pretty straightforward. They got a really slow creep rate. That's level 2 coming out, so it will overflow soon. So what I want to really hurry up and do is get a cannon out here. And what that cannon will do is knock out that creep and keep the level down. And the starter level, I think 1 or 2 cannons will keep it down until you can get yourself the nullifier built. A nullifier will destroy that creep mine, but you also want to get that. It's like a data node or something like that. It gives you upgrades. You can get a lot of the things out of that. So the other thing you want to do, excuse me, is, yeah, it looks like the cannons are going to take care of it. I don't know if we can't, yeah, they've got it placed where you can't get it from the shore. So we have to destroy the creep to actually get down there, which is not a problem. It'd take just a second for those cannons. And actually, mortars, we don't go have mortars yet. That's probably actually the mortar tech right there. Mortars are like these big AoE effect that are really useful. And the other cool thing you can do actually is that these can actually move. And you want to make sure you're connected to a power source still. And as that creep kind of gets eaten up by that one, I'll move this guy in. He'll take some damage, but he should clear the area and stop taking damage. And so yeah, he cleared the area. Ooh! Oh, there he goes. And the red is actually his ammunition, and we have a lot of power, but it looks like the ammunition's just real slow to get there right now. But here's the gist. I can actually lay a solar right there to connect to that. Once you connect to that, you'll get that tech. So I got that tech, and I got the shield key. Okay, so that's how we get out of this system, or we unlock other planets with that shield key. So I can get to another planet now to unlock the system. And what I want to do real quick is going to get that nullifier down there now, close by. It will take damage. It'll die in one hit, actually. So maybe the better move actually is to move this guy up just a little bit here. There we go. And then once he starts clearing that area away, I can put the nullifier right here. If he doesn't die, which his life is pretty good, the green right there. And you also get health. So let's see if that nullifier will actually work. If any creep touches it, it will blow up. But what'll happen is it'll get built, it'll power up, and it blasts this and destroys it permanently. Very slow to go, but it's pretty much your basic tower defense now. As I start playing these levels and getting deeper into like the systems and stuff like that, warping the different systems, there's going to be creep missiles and creepy crawlers and creep snipers and you name it. Like the enemies come out, obviously a lot of different structures get unlocked. You can put shield nodes up, and you can have anti-creep sprayers and some really neat stuff. So why don't we end this map here, kill this. Here it goes. Bam. And they give you the online scores and stuff like that, but I usually just continue without submitting. And so I got that shield down for the next planet, and like I said, you can't warp because it's locked right now, but you can actually whoop on over to the next planet and go on down and see if we can't unlock this system so we can unlock new systems. This one looks like we got pre-set up. I'll skip that and hit the pause button here. We've got one creep. Actually, we got two. That's a boss creep, basically. It looks like, if I'm following this, we are fighting downhill and then back uphill, and that's a heck of a fight right there. But what we can do is lay this down. I'm trying to find a place. This is kind of interconnected, and what's cool is you can pause and actually start to build. I want to connect these guys and these guys. This is a lot of power, very fast for very little work. It's nice of them, wasn't it? We definitely want to connect this guy too, because it looks like, here we go. We'll drop that, and then it should start building. So it's going to be slow to start, but once I start connecting up to these things, yep, I'm going to start getting power real fast. And relays. That's the good thing. These guys are actually super long distance. They connect over a lot longer distance than the solar does. That's good for nabbing up items from a distance. I want to get up. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this, because I kind of want to just protect this area here, maybe, and this area here. We try to like maybe set up some kind of defense line first, right? I think that's why these things are here, and so we'll definitely try that. I might be missing a few here, but we'll see. Let's get a relay out and across here and up here, and that way we can actually get a cannon and kind of defend ourselves before it gets too deep. Maybe we'll go here. We'll have like a two-pronged approach here. That way we've got like foothold into ending this map quickly here. What I want to do is, we've got all this space yet for solar, and power is going to be an issue once we start fighting creep on multiple levels. And I'm not very good at mapping out the solar, because you get better power options later on. But you just want to make sure you get some line of sight. And these all connected, and get our power rating up. Looks like the creep's pretty slow, and then this one's going to be a little bit easier. And in fact, why don't we get a little cheeky with this? Let's start. Let's make a cannon here as that creeps out, and then what I can do is do another relay up to here. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit cheesy, but hey, if it works, it works. Let's do that, and then just get the nullifier right now. Just take this guy out right now. Oh, I hope this gets built first, otherwise it's going to destroy all of that. And then if I can actually get all of this built pretty quick and knock this out before it overflows, then I can probably get down here and just really quick end the map. And there's some maps you can do this. There's definitely strategies where you can just jump the gun. And we'll see if it's going to work. It's getting close, but I think it'll get built. No problem. What I definitely want to do is bring a relay over here and get a nullifier here as well. So long as this holds out, which it looks like, yeah, it's pretty easy. The creep is real slow so far. I'll get these nullifiers built and just end this map real quick. Like I said, the maps get much better, much more intense as you go along, and I like to, you know, once I get back into the swing of it here, find the easy ways into winning the map, right? There's the hard-fought way, just head against the wall, kill the creep. But there's some cheeky ways you can go around the bottom of the map, and you know, it's just a fun puzzle game. It's a puzzle, it's tower defense, it's strategy, it's got a decent story. I'll start reading the story as I go along. Basically, the creep has nullified planets like across all the sectors, and you're just finding artifacts of older civilizations that have fought them and trying to find weapons along the way to fight the creep back to null space, basically where the creep comes from, and that's when you actually start to fight them in their own home. But we first got to win back all our planets on our side of the system first. And here comes, it looks like those are the nullifiers. So we're going to power up here. Take out both our enemies here real quick. And it was made super easy because we had all this structure set up already. In fact, I didn't even need to build these. It's not even going to reach. There it is. Nice. And so what that'll do is now we can click the star that we unlocked on the sector. And we can move to our next sector, and you can see Tormented Space, I think is where the creeper actually comes from. Alpha Sector's different missions that you can find trophies on. Prospector Zone, I think, is where players add stuff. And so as you unlock the game, you actually get to unlock other features, other sections, free play maps. And so let's warp on out of this system. Go on the Star Trek route, I guess, going around the planets to time warp. Alright. And what I'll do is I'll probably leave this episode here. Maybe we'll try to do a system per episode and go ahead and go through the storyline, unlock all the tools, and show you some pretty good strategy along the way. But I want to thank you for watching. This has been Etrnl Magus on Creeper World 3, and I will see you guys in the next video.